What's going on, YouTube? OCD for EDC here. What I got for your face balls today. We are going to take a look at this knife right here. This is the Chevron knives. I don't know a whole lot about it. I know it was made by Riot. It is a sweet little front flipper. You can get it with a thumb stud or with the hole in the blade. And it is rocking Magna Cut, and you know it's got this super sweet hollow grind going on, which I've got fingerprints all over. I really like the blade shape. I really like the blade grind. I like the mill pattern on the titanium handle here. That part is all wonderful. This knife was given to me while I was down at Blade Show from my homie, the one and only Stasa23. I do not get to keep this knife. I actually brought it home with me to do some work on, and we're going to get into the work that I'm going to do on this knife. Now, as great of an EDC that this is, blade shape is great, grind is great, handle shape is good, it's really good in hand. Clip sucks. We're going to get into why the clip sucks, and we're going to improve it, and I'm going to take you guys along with me. What I did was, I grabbed another knife, also made by Riot. This is a Liang Ma KUF. Love this knife. It's a fantastic knife and one that I like quite a bit. But the reason that I grabbed this one is because from the friction point under the ceramic ball to the mounting point is roughly the same distance. Now, this clip is shaped a little bit differently. It's a little bit thinner up here at the mounting point, gets a little bit wider. This one is just opposite of that, a little thicker up here at the mounting point, a little narrower down here. But we should have roughly about the same amount of deflection or bend of this pocket clip coming from the same manufacturer. So what I'm going to do is remove both these clips, and we're going to measure the thickness of the tie of the clip itself. So let's just get into that real quick. There's the Liang Ma. Look at that. Little pocket milled out on the underneath side. I'm gonna guess that we do not have that over here. This is the first time for me removing this clip. This could benefit from something like that because there we go. Okay, so we have no milled out pocket here. So you can see on the Liang Ma clip, we have a thinner section of the titanium that is milled out, and that allows for a little more bend and deflection of that clip, because if you didn't thin it out in that area, it would just be too stiff. So let's see what the thickness of the clip is. Basically, we're looking at 1 millimeter thick. Now let's see on the Yan knife, 1.15 millimeter. Okay. 1.17. Definitely the whole entire clip itself is thicker all the way through the midsection, which is just giving this thing way too much tension in the pocket. It's just really difficult to get it in and out of the pocket. Now, unfortunately, it's going to be kind of difficult unless I wrote a special program to do this, which I could probably do. We'll see. But I think what I'm going to do is just mill out a section, and we'll take it down, you know, to right around that 1 millimeter mark and see what that does for us for clip retention here. The other thing is the friction point on this, having the ceramic ball, makes for a much smaller contact patch when you're trying to get into your pocket. This one here, you know, is just a milled titanium ramp. I think the ramp angle is fine for the in and the out. That part is good. It's just the flex of the titanium. It's just way too stiff. And so we're going to mill a little bit of this out on the back side and see what that gets us. So I'm using a 4 flute end mill and milling an 1/8 inch wide
half-millimeter deep pocket in the back of the clip.
All right, well, you guys just saw me mill this pocket in the back of the clip. I wanted to maintain the same look from the sides of the clip, so I didn't want the cut to go all the way through. I took just shy of 1/2 millimeter of depth out of this cut right here, and it seems to go in pocket way, way better now. We might as well church this thing up a little bit while we've got it here, because the action on this thing definitely could be better. So we're going to take a look at the inside of this guy real quick, and we will see what we can do about improving the action a little bit and put a little slick 'em all in here, you know what I mean? All right, now that we got this thing open, it's clearly completely bone dry inside this knife. So I have no doubts that some slick 'em all is going to go a long way. But let's see what we can do here. Just make sure there's no dirt. Action on this thing is significantly better. Very, very nice. A few things about this knife. Now, although I really, really like the shape of the knife, I really like the blade shape of the knife, and I really, really love the hollow grind. The milling pattern on the frame of this knife lends to it being a little bit more difficult to get in the pocket, as well as the relief cut for the lock bar here would have been much nicer had they done an internal relief cut instead of an external. Also, the knife does not have a detent ball ramp on the blade, which is kind of a bummer. And we have a free spinning pivot. We also have different length screws on the clip, which, you know, is fine, but for a production knife, I would expect all those kinds of details to be worked out. You know, Riot certainly knows how to make a phenomenal knife. They've been doing it for a long time now, and there's just some steps here that were missed. Although there are several things about this knife that I really, really like, and it is really good. Like I said, in hand is great. The size is going to be great for a lot of people, although I would love to see this in a little bit of an XL version. The pocket clip is just, they just missed it. The tension on the pocket clip was just way too much, so milling that pocket in the clip certainly helped things out considerably. You know, didn't change the overall aesthetics of the knife at all. They could have left a few of those milling lines out just where the pocket clip, especially since this isn't a reversible clip. Had they have left that smooth where the pocket clip actually makes contact with the knife, that would have made things easier as well. But overall, it's a really, really great EDC knife, Magna Cut blade, grade 5 titanium handle, and it's done pretty well, but a few of these things that would have just set it over the top, you know. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's a great knife, really good in hand, and, you know, these are quite popular. They seem to be, you know, sold out everywhere that you could get them. I think this one here in this format, I think they're just under $300, something like that, for a really nice shape and hollow ground blade, Magna Cut titanium frame lock coming from Riot, with good action and, you know, a nicely designed front flipper. Overall, cool knife. Shout out to my boy Stasa. Thanks for letting me check this thing out. We got it fixed up for you. It's riding on some slick 'em all now. I'm going to ship this thing back out, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'm out of here. Peace.